Hello, hello, yet again, lovely humans. XFM Friday is here again. Exciting, I know. Apologies for not uploading as much on YouTube as much as I used to be able to a couple weeks ago, but I have less just time in a week than ever. Got more theater time and it's just been hard, okay? And XFMs are really long. Like, I love them and they're really fun and stuff, but it takes a long time to get them done and properly and blah, blah, blah. So, my main focus in the week is on XFM. And sometimes I don't even make it to that, which totally sucks. And I hate when I don't make it to that, but whatever. This is the goal. And then if there's extra videos, awesome for the rest of the week. But XFM Friday is the main goal. We have Series 2, Episode 43. Rusty Dog, as always, makes these. I love it. I love it. It does such a good job. The timing on some of like the images and the GIF, it's just so impeccable. It's such a good job. It makes it so much funner. And I'm going to say it every time because it's just so cool that Rusty, you take the time to do these and stuff. It's just awesome. So anyway, enough about nothing. Let's go. I was going to say, I was going to like report, my week and what. No. Nuh-uh. We're just going to go. Also, it's daytime. I usually do these at night, right? And it's daytime, so lighting's probably different. Sounds are going to be different. Cats going crazy. But whatevs. Good times. I love how she just proved me. She's going crazy, dude. She's, when cats have those crazy zoomies where their tail's all puffed up and they got the crazy eyes and the ears are back and they just run into stuff? That's exactly what she's doing right now, so don't be alarmed if you hear anything super freaking weird. Let's go.
Well, there's the darkness. They believe in a thing called love. Karl, do you?
I have no idea what the hell the shirt is. I can't make out what it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's fruit or meat hanging from a tree, but I guess we'll find out. Exciting.
The darkness. They believe in a thing called love. Karl, do you? This is XFM 104.9. That is my favourite band at the moment.
You love them?
I absolutely love them. I think they're funny. I think they're straight down the line with a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. Brilliant. Did you see them on Jules Holland last night?
I didn't, sadly, no.
Brilliant.
Were they good?
Absolutely jumped. Oh, I mean...
He
Jules
describes stuff like I do.
was he playing some Boogie Woogie?
They wouldn't let him play Boogie Woogie over their song. That's why he stayed back. But
I can't imagine it was very good. Then.
He shook that.
I'm surprised you say they were good.
It was.
Jules wasn't thinking
I thought. Hold on, this is missing something.
Yeah.
This is missing someone from Squeeze vamping over them.
Exactly.
But they did well without him.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Well,
there we are. Then we're back. XFM 104.9. Karl had to leave
That's
early
a
last
different
week,
one.
but you can use stay again this week, mate. Or
I'm not a fan of caricatures, and I never have been. I always found them really interesting, but maybe not in a good way. But I love that Karl has a question mark. I love how they captured Karl's kind of essence. But
you can use stay to the end this week, mate.
I like these colours, though.
Yeah.
You don't need another holiday.
Oh, he's started already.
I mean,
Steve's made you look like a bit of a twat already, and it's only 1:05.
But the only reason you don't go on holiday is because you have to spend money.
Oh, and he's come straight back.
Well,
That sounded like freaking Mickey Mouse,
Because you
dude.
have to spend money.
Oh, and he's come straight back.
Well,
He's come straight back.
I can't come back to that. It's just dynamite. It's just absolute. That was.
Although the
searing
last
and cut to
holiday,
the chase.
last holiday Steve had, he sort of found a third world country so he could live like a king for a week. It was Cuba, wasn't it?
Going to Cuba, amazing. You can almost rule the place. If it weren't for Castro, I'd have been in charge. Kind of cash I was flashing around. They do anything for $1 over there. It's extraordinary. Literally,
That sounds
it's
awful.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely, and I went to Kenya before that.
So he thought to the prostitute, said no. You were going.
Yeah, well, it was $2. I mean, I'm not made of money.
Gross.
Did you have a good holiday, Karl?
Yeah, it was alright. It's alright. Went down to Cornwall.
Now,
Tell
you
you
were
what,
going to the monkey
some odd
sanctuary.
people down there, Steve.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not from Cornwall.
Yeah, I was
From
going to
that
say, why
sort of
Steve?
area.
Well, not really, but never mind.
Genetically, he means.
Right.
They're weird.
Well, you must have slotted right in.
What are they weird? What do they look like?
Just all
Like
sort
Steve.
of odd people. A lot of old people, but not just old, sort of messed up old.
What do you mean messed up old? You can't just say that. There's
There was a woman with a funny neck.
Okay, in what way was it funny?
Why did she have a funny neck? If you were writing an essay, you wouldn't say there was this woman with a funny neck. How would you describe it?
Yes, he would,
She,
actually.
Sort of had her head, like, pointed down all the time. Like that.
Don't do it, it's his radio.
No, but just for you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, right. So, brilliant.
I don't know. I was saying to Suzanne, what happened, you know. What do you think?
Because
I'm sorry, I'm not following anymore. But I love how he said that when he's constantly doing stuff on the radio and constantly doing stuff to Karl and saying, look at that and stuff like, I can't, you dumbass. Oh, the irony. Dude. Every time, I don't see her or him anymore. There used to be a guy and there used to be an older guy and an older lady. Not related because I've never seen them together, but in this neighborhood that they would walk. It always reminded me of the professor in Futurama and Mr. Farnsworth or whatever. There's an episode where Bender bends him at a 90-degree angle, and then he bends him back the other way and whatever. But it's that they were at a 90-degree angle. These were the legs, and then this was like the hip, and then the body was just this way, and they were like looking at the floor, just walking forward. And it's like, how do you get to that? I understand, maybe hunching a little, curving a little, especially if you use like a cane or whatever, your body just kind of misshapes. But there was two of them, and they would just walk around 90-degree angle. That's crazy, man. It wasn't even a neck issue. It was like a whole... Aw, dude, that must be painful, by the way.
Sort of had her head, like, pointed down all the time. Like that.
don't do it, it's his radio.
No, but just for you, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Talking about,
Oh, we can hear it.
Right. So, brilliant.
I don't know. I was saying to Suzanne, what happened, you know. What do you think?
Because Suzanne knows everything. That's the good thing about
Obviously.
her being with you. You just ask her, what happened to her? And Suzanne goes, Carl, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been here before.
Suzanne, your girlfriend, or mummy as you call her.
Oh, sparks are flying.
Yeah. I got a little bit of chocolate. Can you just lick a tissue and wipe it off?
Oh,
She said it might have been like, because back in the olden days, they carried stuff on the...
the olden days.
What do you mean the olden days?
This woman was probably, what, 50?
No, she looked about 70.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I do
Yeah.
on Cheeky Freak of the Week, right? I always turn it round and we get, like, something good out
Something
of it.
positive, yeah.
Do
I
we?
said to Suzanne, I bet she finds a lot of money.
There you go.
Always staring at the ground, yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to say it because I always thought, even when I was a kid, I thought it was cruel. But my best friend when I was like 13, 14, lived in the same neighborhood I did. And every time we would see these, every time too, it wasn't like a one-time thing. Every time she would say, oh, that especially the guy, oh, that guy's looking for quarters. She would always say it. And I thought it was in such horrible taste, even at the time, like as a kid. So I didn't want to go there, but they went there, so.
Oh, dear.
It was always good.
So, you're
Maybe
back.
she just had new shoes and she was admiring them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you think of that? Before you point the finger and judge?
Or a necklace was too heavy.
Exactly.
So, you're back refreshed. So, what have we got for this week? Have we sort of... Because we didn't meet last night, which we usually meet sort of
I called you and said it'd be good if we could, I wasn't getting back into London
Well, I was up
until
for it, I was up for it,
7:30,
yeah.
but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all need to be there. It's no good
Yeah.
just me and you being there.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right that I wasn't there, because I wasn't willing to just be governed by your particular schedule. You want to jet back in from another of your holidays
It wasn't a
at
holiday.
8 o'clock.
It wasn't a holiday, though.
Well, so what? You
What
were
do you
out
mean?
of town.
Whoa, what do you mean it wasn't a holiday? What was it?
It was a treat, wasn't it, for my mum and dad? So it wasn't a holiday.
What, so you didn't enjoy the 5 days off? You'd rather have been here moaning 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day?
You see, we said last week that you're always whinging. Here you are whinging now.
I'm not
And you're
moaning.
saying it's not even a holiday. You're saying it's not even a holiday. What was
Right.
it then?
Would like a nurse who take sick children to Florida, would they say having a great holiday?
Sorry, what particular ailment did your parents have for the week that they had to fly in?
Good question.
Carl Pilkington, MD.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Yeah.
all right, it was a holiday.
Well, then, yeah, now some honesty, now some truth.
So you came back from your holiday. You wanted to start back to work straight away. Steve couldn't be bothered to meet. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So we've got nothing prepared for this.
Well, you can rely on Rockbusters. Right, that's
We've
coming
got
up.
nothing.
Beautiful.
Monkey News.
But
Even though you were away, you were still working.
Still doing stuff.
Did you go to the Monkey Sanctuary?
I'll
Twice.
tell you about that,
Tell us
mate.
about it.
Play a record.
Play a
All right. Do you want Smashing Pumpkins?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
I thought an
yeah,
old
yeah,
classic
yeah.
from them, Cherub Rock.
Yeah.
All right. I love how he always
Smashing
has to have
Pumpkins,
little, like,
Cherub Rock.
cliffhangers.
That, of course, Rick is available on their greatest hits,
Brilliant.
if you want.
I mean, that's how I rock. So
Yeah.
I know they. I'm very much the shape of a cherub as well.
Well,
now.
indeed.
What's a
Naked
cherub?
with a couple of
And a rosy big arse.
and a trumpet.
Yeah.
What is it?
Do
A
they have
Ricky-shaped
trumpets?
what?
I don't know. I've just had an email here. Monkey news
Yeah.
from a listener.
Yeah.
Monkey spotted holidaying in Cornwall. A chimp was spotted
Oh my
holidaying.
god! Oh my god! I just remembered that they ended it asking everybody to email Karl with all kinds of crap. Oh, I really hope that
Cornwall
comes
last
up,
week
dude.
after befriending a family of 3.
Love
One
it.
onlooker said, "It was incredible. He dressed and behaved exactly like a human being. He even settled the hotel bill at the end of their stay. The only telltale sign was his lack of table manners and the incoherent babble when he opened his mouth."
Oh, that got
There we are.
like
So,
Well, what do you think of that, Carl?
harsh.
that's the listeners, Carl. That's Joanne.
Amusing,
woman!
articulate, accurate. She remembered
Accurate.
exactly who's there and everything, sitting in the
Wow.
bill. It's all there. So I mean, even though people think that you're slightly simian, slightly less than human on the evolutionary ladder, they do listen to you. So I mean, I don't know who's more stupid in the end, you or the listeners.
Well, you may recall, Rick, at the end of last week when Carl had to shoot off early.
But that's like saying whoever likes to go to a circus seeing an ape on a tricycle and is entertained, like who's stupider, the ape on the tricycle or the person watching? Like, entertainment's entertainment. I mean,
we issued a little request
Yeah.
for listeners just to bombard Carl's
good.
email with
Nice.
just pointless emails that really weren't about anything, just to clog up his email for when he returned.
Yeah.
Rick, they sent them all to us.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's the kind of listeners that we've got. We've got reams here on our email of just junk.
I mean, it's like a Marx Brothers plot, isn't it? I mean, just
absolutely
listen.
love it.
Listen to what we say.
I got one about a shaved cat. Well, that's not pointless. I'll be reading that later.
That'll keep you going for a couple of weeks.
So it backfired on 2 instances. Love
Be
it.
reading that later.
Did you get to the monkey sanctuary? Because this was the big thing. You were going down to Cornwall, you were going to visit the monkey sanctuary. I've never seen someone more excited. You had 2 days put aside for the monkey sanctuary.
I know.
How did it go, Monkey World?
We were on our way, right? I found
didn't
like
make
a little in the little cottage that we had, right? It's like a little folder, with little leaflets in saying if you're into mountains, you want to go here.
Yeah.
If you're into castles and that.
Go to
Little
Castle
monkey
World.
on the leaflet, right? So I thought I'll be needing that. Took that out, made sure that's safe and
Yeah.
that, right? We get in the car, getting ready to go. My dad says, "Where is it?" I look on the back. It's in a place called Low or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So we're on our way. Can't believe me luck. It's going to be a great day and all that.
Yeah.
And then start looking at the leaflet, right? And noticed didn't have any chimps there.
Yeah, it's not Monkey World.
It wasn't a monkey world.
Well, what
No.
was it called then?
Something like,
Monkey Town.
yeah, it was just, it had like woolly monkeys in it. That's what.
It
it
had
is.
what?
Woolly monkeys.
What are woolly monkeys?
Those things Johnny Vegas off the advert.
Right.
Loads of them. They're dumped now since ITV Digital
Yeah.
went under, so they
It
just put them in
legit
them.
looks just like a monkey
Those
in a
things
sweater.
Johnny Vegas off the advert.
Right.
Loads of them. They're dumped now since ITV Digital
Yeah.
went under, so they just put them in a cage.
I don't
No,
understand.
They're woolly. They're like they're sort of like little fluffy little baboon type things. Woolly monkeys. I mean, it's not your chimp. It is
Right.
not. It's not your classic chimpanzee.
So did the car screech to a halt?
It was like
Yeah.
it was like the mission in Armageddon. I just had a boat. We're on the way back.
So how far had you got before you bothered to read the leaflet?
Probably about 5 miles away
Right.
from where we were.
So what did you do with yourself? You must have been distraught.
we
Well,
went
they
to,
broke down and then they heard banjo music.
Yeah.
No, we went to a sort of an amusement place.
Arcade.
I'd love to
place.
see you in that. What with putting those coins in, so it has to roll down and they go flat and then an
I
arm
love
pushes
those
them
wasn't
in.
one of
things.
them.
Really?
But
I
I
have
bet-
spent so much on those things. I have gotten some money back, but not nearly as much as I put in. I'm willing to admit.
Years on that when I was little.
Well, there's a new one.
Freaking
I
love
can't be bothered
those.
explaining it, but it's a con. We went to this place, right? My mum and dad had been there before, and
Yeah.
they said, "You'll love it. It's brilliant. It's got like a war bit in it."
A war bit, right?
Yeah, like, because they know I'm into tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll be loving that.
So sorry, I didn't know you were into tanks.
No.
Well, they're all right.
The alright.
Brilliant. It's gone from one of his childhood
Looks
passions.
straight out of my craft.
It's
but
gone
okay.
from one of his childhood passions to, well, they're all right.
I know, yeah. Go on.
And but it was awful. I mean, my mum and dad had been there before, and he said, "No, you'll love it." But it was like a really miserable day.
Sure.
Right? All the rides and that were broke.
Yeah.
Broke.
It just reminds you of Manchester.
My dad just ended up. He was more interested. There was a really fat family there.
Well, presumably he was breaking into the machines, trying to scoop off the cash.
I like the fact that those poor fat family were going, why are those people looking at us?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
do you
else
want
are
to
they
ride
gonna
one?
do?
No, but
Everything's
we're
going
We're
wrong.
not a ride.
They were massive, and he just like, look at that, look at the state of that. The whole family,
Yeah.
just fat.
Bloaters, yeah.
All right.
Bloater.
No,
Okay.
but because fat, there's no need for it, is there? And he was really like, oh god. And then he wanted to follow them into the House of Mirrors to see what they look like. But my mum had got bored. She went off to buy a little Snow White figure. She couldn't believe her luck. It was only $2.99.
Yeah.
She thought it was going to be really expensive.
Sure,
so she
she's a
bought
classy
one of
lady.
them. So she enjoyed that. And then my dad says, come on, we go in. It's rubbish, this.
What, the fat family wouldn't let him play with them?
So he just said on the way home, he said, I can safely say that I never want to go there again before I die.
There you go.
So that was that. And then we went home.
Why would he ever give you that information? In
Why
case it
not?
was like a secret birthday present. You
Yeah.
go, oh God, what if they get me a trip to here? Or if he's in a coma and you go, I'll tell you what, I'll
Dad.
try to bring
Call
that
conversation, Ricky. Shut up.
Fat couple
yeah.
by his bedside.
But Suzanne said she now realises why I am the way I am after
Yeah.
spending like a week with them.
Well,
Yeah.
they told her that they dropped you on your head as a kid. Or...
No, just like, the way they act and that.
Right, yeah.
I
No, they
think-
were saying things like, Suzanne, so, why is the moon out at night in the centre of the day?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
God,
was-
there's
it-
3 of them.
Suzanne, can you tie my shoelaces again?
It was the bit when my dad said, don't waste money on a coffin for him, just put him in a bin bag.
Your father said that about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm glad you mentioned that. 'cause
That is great.
See what I mean? The timing is awesome.
Coldplay, God put a smile
boy.
upon your face on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
Reading the paper yesterday, they were talking about the fact that Blair has been, I think, he's been in Greece discussing EU matters.
Oh, yeah.
And they used the old Trojan horse analogy
Yeah.
to say, here's a particular policy, and it seems like they're trying to sneak in some kind of dubious ideas.
Disguised as something else.
Exactly. And it's always struck me, ever since I was first introduced to the Trojan horse theory, I never understood how it had come about. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, I Carl has got a frown on him, like a thing I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Carl, do you know what
Tony
the
Blair is the Prime Minister.
you know what the Trojan horse was?
Go on.
Go on.
Have you come
it
across
was
this
the
before? Have
siege
you
of-
heard of it before?
Wasn't an ascot or anything. Go on.
Well, the Trojan
Go
horse,
on.
what happened
I
was...
like how instead of saying, no, I don't know, he's like, go on, explain it.
Go on.
Well, the Trojan horse, what happened was, it's a famous kind of Greek story about the fact that the Greeks...
In olden times, Carl. Olden times,
Olden
it is,
times, the
specifically.
70s.
Yeah.
The Greeks laid siege to Troy for 6 years.
Waiting.
Basically, things had got out of hand. I think the Trojans had done something with Helen, and someone else was annoyed. Anyway, it all got very complicated. It got out of hand, and the
The
Greeks-
Helen, the one with the mashed up face, because they
You
used
don't
to
know
use
it
it
enough,
to launch
don't
ships.
explain it.
Anyway, the Greeks laid siege to Troy for 6 years, right? And they weren't getting anywhere. They were outside the gates. They were saying, "Let us in." They weren't. They were. Blah, blah, blah. So what they did was they all disappeared. They all
Well, they
sort
wanted to
of-
get in and kill everyone.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
they wouldn't be letting in.
but they couldn't get inside the city walls. So what they did was they left as a gift for the Trojans. They left an enormous wooden horse, okay, as a gift, and then they all buggered off.
Like
Beautiful.
40 foot high, 50 foot long. I mean, a big,
Big wooden horse.
an arc of a
And
horse.
the Trojans wheeled it into the city.
So that's nice.
Thought, what a lovely gift.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, who was hiding inside? But the entire Greek army. They
An
leapt
orc.
out, killed everyone in their sleep.
Yeah.
All right, and that's where that famous idea of a Trojan horse has come from. Sneaking something in, disguised as something else. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So if you ever... Yeah.
I
He
wonder
doesn't
how much
really
of that
understand, does he?
stuck.
No, but to be honest, nor do I.
Well, this is the problem I've always had with this.
It-
Because I don't understand who comes up with the idea. I mean,
But I can't think that was the best idea.
Well, no.
There
What does
must
it
be
matter if it
other
was the
ways.
best
If they
idea?
come
If
up with
it
that
worked,
idea.
it worked.
Comes up with the idea. I mean,
But I can't think that was the best idea.
well, no.
There must be other ways. If they come up with that, how long did it take them to? When they said, one fellow said, whoa, can I have a word?
Go on,
General.
yeah.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Build a big horse, right? Hide inside it, and then, I know what you're
see
thinking.
no
They won't
issues.
let us in even in the horse.
Yeah.
Leave it as a gift.
Brilliant. Right, who are you? That's the best idea. Are you the guy that came up with, why don't we get a giant bra and twing everyone over the wall?
Yeah. Let's get a 100-foot ruler. And you know, like at school, you used to like flick the teacher's ass with like right. I could flick you over one at a time.
Right.
On this giant
Thanks
ruler.
for your idea. It's on the table.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of other suggestions on the way.
What about 1 million elastic bands tied together? Yeah, and you all hold it down, and then I just let you go.
Right.
And you all ping over, and then you kill him in their sleep.
You're the best tactician we've got, are you?
What? The other thing is, right? These people for some reason open the door.
Well, I don't understand. Firstly, there's suddenly the army that's laid siege to them for 6 years has disappeared. In
Yeah.
their place, an enormous gift of a giant wooden horse.
Oh, they probably don't want to kill us now, but what they've done is they've built us
They
a
brought
horse.
us a great gift. Presumably there was a giant kind of card or something.
Yeah.
You know, something for you. You know, sorry about the laying siege and everything. Forgive you.
Yeah.
Here's an enormous gift. Here's an enormous Trojan horse. We know it's what you've always wanted.
We're not inside it. Why did they write that?
Yeah.
That's suspicious.
But it's-
well,
I mean-
wheel it in anyway.
But in terms of it as an idea initially, I mean, we're going to give them a gift. Well, what should we do? We could bake an enormous quiche, be inside that. We could have an enormous soap on a rope as a. It's the fact that it's an enormous horse, an
Yeah.
enormous wooden horse as a gift anyway. I don't know if this was a popular gift at the time.
Maybe.
But it's also the stupidity of the Trojans saying, brilliant. I've always wanted an enormous wooden horse. Well, what are we going to do with it?
Wheel it in.
Where are we
We'll
going to
wheel
put
it in anyway. Leave
Just
it.
wheel it in
Look, wheel
anyway.
it in. Let's go to sleep. Let's worry about it tomorrow.
Exactly.
Let's, yeah. But it's this idea of someone going, right, is this definitely the best idea? And they go, yeah. And they look to the carpenter.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, we've got to get wood.
We've got to get other that. Well, you haven't put a door in.
Yeah.
How are we going to get
That
up
doesn't
there?
look like a horse.
Maybe they already had the horse, like in some kind of town square, and they're just like, just make a door in it. What? No, you never know.
Horse?
It
This
is.
is the worst horse I've ever seen. Oh, it looks like a cow.
Wow, the udder's there behind. There's a horse
It's got
udder.
no tail.
That's the rope that you climb up.
But I don't know if it's one of those things where, again, because we kind of learn these things at school, that somewhere along the line the truth of it has disappeared, and we are.
Well, I imagine it lost a bit in translation.
Yeah.
Because in Eohippus in Greek means giant tank.
Right.
So that
yeah.
actually was a Sherman.
Yeah.
And it burst through and it shot them all.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
of course, down the years, they've tried. Look at Carl's face. Look at Carl's face. If everyone on webcam, Carl, just keep that face and look up to the camera. Right? Just, right, get a look at that now. Play a record, Carl. Educating Carl, we should bring that back.
We should bring that back.
Yeah? What do you want to learn about next week?
Educate Carl.
We've
That
talked
was
about the Trojan
fun.
horse.
I did like that.
Know anything about any freaks?
Placebo. This
What did
picture
he
on
say
it.
about the freaks?
Know anything about any freaks?
Placebo. This picture on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington.
Sure.
Right.
So you've been educated there, haven't you? The
Yeah,
Trojan
so,
horse.
Yeah.
The Trojan horse. And that's, of course, where the phrase, beware Greeks bearing gifts, comes from.
You know, I cannot freaking remember. The other day, I don't remember if I was talking to someone or watching a show or reading comments or if it was these guys that maybe mentioned it. I cannot remember for the life of me where the dilemma came from, but somebody was confused about where the phrase crocodile tears came from. You know, it actually really does sound like these three. Like, it sounds like something they would talk about, but I can't remember where it's from. But anyway, somebody was confused about the phrase crocodile tears. And the other day, like, it just randomly popped up in my feed, the explanation to crocodile tears. And in case you didn't know, apparently, crocodiles' sinuses get, all clogged and whatever after they eat. So they just end up, like, declogging it through their eyes and it just cries. But it doesn't hurt them or anything. It's just, like, one of those things that happens after they eat, just, like, a normal part of them. So it's the tears without any, obviously, emotional nor pain nor nothing, link to that. So it's crocodile tears. So crocodile tears when, when they're fake and you don't feel nothing. But I can't remember if it was them or where the hell it came from, but I thought it was interesting. You know how, your phone and everything's always listening. So it must have been something. If I heard it, my phone heard it too. I don't know where I got it from. But I thought it was interesting that just gave me the answer without me even wanting it. Thanks, phone.
Silence again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever heard of that one?
Go on. What's that again?
What were they? What
Comes from
I missed? Sorry.
the Trojan horse. And that's, of course, where the phrase, beware Greeks bearing gifts, comes from.
Silence again.
Yeah. You ever heard of that one?
Go on.
Go on.
What's that again?
Go on.
Beware Greeks bearing gifts.
Right.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. I mean, what is that? Is that used worldwide or what? Will they say that in Greece as
I've
well?
never heard that before.
Because imagine Christmas Day is rubbish.
No, it doesn't actually mean beware of Greeks bearing gifts. It's more to do with, maybe it's too good to be true, or, It's the opposite to don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's probably where it came from as well.
Justin from Southend emailed in. He just said, for the Trojans not to have spotted that it was a trick, they must have been the biggest bunch of moronic, ever to have walked the earth. Does Karl have any Trojan in him by any chance?
Cheeky, innit?
Eh?
What?
Never mind. I think that probably proves it.
I thought of another one
The
as well.
audience is on fire, by the way,
You
with
might
the
as well be
emails.
hung for a sheep as a lamb.
I don't think I've heard that. I have heard,
What?
but I
The
don't
sheep
think
of
I've...
a lamb?
I
What?
was saying, you might as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb.
I've never heard... I don't think I've heard that.
I don't even know
have
what that's
heard, but I don't
supposed to
think I've
mean.
ever used it in common parlance.
Well, it's like if you're going to do something, you might as well go the whole hog, depending on the outcome. Because it's based on reality. That's why I like it, because obviously the poor people used to poach, and if they were caught stealing, a sheep or anything, they would be hung. So if you're going to get caught, don't steal a lamb. At least feed your family for a few weeks.
Right, sure.
Kill a sheep.
Yeah.
Ricky's really
Actually
bad at
hung.
explaining.
Killing a sheep.
Oh, your dad would be in trouble down in Wales, stealing stuff from that phone box.
Well, he has a couple of sayings, right?
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I've never asked him what they mean.
Naturally.
Why would you? Oh,
Right.
Suzanne.
One is, don't try and teach your granny to suck eggs.
Yeah.
Well,
What does that mean?
That means...
Is that...
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, wait.
What does that mean?
That means it's patronising. Of course I know that. You're talking to someone who knows more about this subject than you.
But how did that happen then? How did that saying come about?
Well, it's not. It's a totally made up thing. It's like your granny sucks eggs, doesn't she? Because she's older than you, and it's probably a lost art or something.
Right.
Right.
And the other one,
Sucks eggs.
sucks
Yeah.
eggs, yeah.
Sucks eggs. Sorry, I thought you said something else.
Don't nudge your granny when she's shaving.
What?
Don't nudge your granny when she's shaving.
Of course not.
What?
Sorry.
She'll nick
Don't
herself.
nudge your granny while she's shaving.
Don't nudge your... Sorry, say
Well,
that
that's
slower.
not-
I can't...
Don't nudge
nudge your granny
while
when she's having a shave.
shaving.
Well, what is that in context? Because I can't work out what the analogy is there, because that might just be you when you were little, you used to run up to your granny while she was shaving or something.
But what,
And she
why
kept-
is your granny shaving?
Well, no, what
What's
context
it
is
to
that put in?
you?
Tell me the last time your dad ever said that, and I'll try and work out what it means.
Can't remember. I can't. I don't
Are you
know.
sure these aren't specific to your granny?
Yeah, I was just saying, where are you nudging your granny? She was going,
Yeah.
get lost, Carl.
She was shaving off her moustache.
Or
Oh.
giving herself a Brazilian.
That's grotesque.
Oh.
Suck an egg, suck an egg, suck an egg. Try and get that instead.
Oh,
That's it.
oh
Yeah.
God. That's made
Yeah,
it
it's made it
worse.
worse.
Carl's granny sucking eggs. Whilst that's...
Mustache
That is
Giving
my-
herself a
and
Brazilian.
Brazilian.
We've no idea. I don't know what that means. Don't nudge your granny while she's shaving. What,
Yeah.
parmesan?
I don't know. Maybe someone knows. You might be right. Maybe.
Well,
it's just
email
someone-
in. Tell us.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Should we
Okay.
get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We got the
I don't know how, why, what, where, when, why, or whatever, but in Argentina, sucking eggs is a very common thing, and here it means you don't care about something. I'm trying to think of how to translate it to have it kind of sort of make sense, but it's one of those things that just doesn't really work. But basically, if something, it just sounds really, really bad when I translate it. But basically, if something is sucking one of my eggs, which sounds really wrong and gross now that I think of it, it means I don't give a damn. And if it's sucking 2 eggs, whoo, I really don't care. I don't get it. And that's so common here. They even made there's like a commercial from the lottery. I don't know what it has to do with the lottery, but they animated like a little egg and it had a face and a hat and stuff, and it would go around licking people. And everybody's like, wait, is an egg licking you? And it's because it was a play on that. Like, I don't know, dude. Argentina's a weird country. Don't ask.
The album from the Karl, you know what I think about that. We've got Comfort in Sound Feeder.
Okay.
Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got on DVD more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the Beckett. Got
that drawing's left hand is backwards. Yep.
on DVD more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there. We've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf and
Brilliant.
There's good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes. Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff.
Too Shy?
It is Too Shy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it. The only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone, yeah.
Mel and Kim?
Respectable?
Mm-hmm. Human League?
That'd be... Oh, wow, what would they have got, Don't You Want Me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lies Take On Me?
Yep,
yeah.
Well done. Madness?
Baggy Trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde?
Kids in America?
Yeah, so there's just all those treats. If you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So there are the...
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go, let's do Rockbusters.
Right,
Email only, of course.
Yeah. Email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue if you haven't heard it before.
Wow, not cryptic, we're wrong. What is Karl thinking?
Is it me, or do they all kind of sound a little low energy today? Because I don't know if it's just me. I was going to say me being distracted, but I don't feel distracted. I feel pretty... I'm not, like, freaking zoned in, because I never am, but we're good. But I feel like all three of them are just kind of a little tired or something like that, you know? Maybe it's just my impression, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there, because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
right.
So what's the...
Right, let's do it again, and I want it to be exactly the same, word for every. I bet you it will change all over the place. Every he's lost it.
Go to France, buy yourself a boat with fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on a boat, get them on there, because you'll save a few quid. BF. BF.
I love that it really did change. I don't even know where to start.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah. Wow. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Go on.
These are... That's it? These are full Karl,
And the last
dude.
one.
Is that part of it?
Hang on.
He's the He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
Yeah. What's it start with?
It's CD, that one.
Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.gervais at xfm.co.uk. Please don't phone in. If you can get those, we just don't want to talk to you.
Wow, dude, that was like hardcore.
Summer favourite.
Okay.
Nelly, Ride With Me.
I forgot the song existed.
Featuring City Spud. I don't know if you're aware of that, but there we are. Good, nice summer tune.
Carl, tell Steve what you just told me when Steve was in the toilet then.
Right, you know, I'd just been away with my mum and dad and that. And one of the things I always like doing is having a good chat with my dad about stuff he got up to when he was a kid and that.
Yeah.
Right, because he got up to loads of stuff, and every time I see him, he tells me something, and I think, it's like, why are you just telling me that now? It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right? So,
I mean, to me, he's kind of like Ronnie Biggs or someone. He's just the most extraordinary kind of.
Well, this happened, right? I can't remember. There was a delay yesterday. There was problems on the Paddington line, and he was saying, "Oh, trains aren't what they used to be."
Sure.
He said, you know,
they used to be horses, didn't they?
Well, he was looking in the booklet, and it was saying how you can have your bags collected if you want, but it costs you £5.
Yeah.
So that's outrageous.
Sure, of course.
Right. So he said that's the problem with this country. We've got good with computers and that, but when it comes to like getting service, it's gone out the window.
Yeah.
Right. So he said when I worked on the trains, you know, and he was going on like this, that, and the other. So I said, oh, I didn't know you worked on the trains. He said, yeah. When I was 18,
he had a monkey friend that helped.
It was his job to get the coal, right, and chuck it in the engine. Right. One day he's in Grand Central Station in Manchester, which is now the GMEX Centre.
Right.
Right. And that was like the main.
Wait, what?
The
Now
GMEX Centre.
disused, really?
And that was like the main station.
Okay.
And he was in there. The fella who should have been sort of driving the train, right? He said, "Oh, I'm just nipping to the pub."
Sure.
So you just stay here, keep the engine topped up and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah."
For a quick getaway.
Yeah.
Right? So the fella goes in the pub, and my dad's in there, you know, putting the coal on. He did his bacon and eggs on a little shovel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyway, fella comes up. He says, "Right, can you move the train forward now?"
Oh, blimey.
So he was like, "Oh." So he didn't want to say, "Oh, the fella's in the pub," because he'd know he'd say, "What's it in the pub? Should be working, right?" So he said, yeah. So,
but I absolutely adore that. And every Karl story, the person is always going, ugh. It doesn't matter if they're happy, they're messed up, they're sad, they're angry, they're always, ugh.
I say, "Oh, the fella's in the pub," because he'd know he'd say, "What's he doing in the pub? Should be working, right?" So he said, yeah, no problem, I'll sort it out. Right, so he puts it into gear or whatever you do on them trains.
Sure,
right?
puts it into first, yeah.
Starts going forward. Now, people who don't know about trains, something that I learnt is if you're carrying a load of coal or whatever on the back of it, they don't have brakes on each carriage, right? It's only the engine that has brakes on it. So when you pull the brakes on the engine, the whole weight of what it's pulling is pushing you forward.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't realise this though, because he's just used to cooking bacon and eggs and chucking coal.
Of course, yeah. So you've got to slam the brakes on sooner than you would normally.
Yeah. Well, you have to anticipate it, I suppose. Yeah.
But he didn't know that, so he's pulling in, he's thinking, right,
well,
I'll put the brakes on now.
Yeah.
Right? Puts the brakes on, the train just keeps going, he's going, oh god, it's not stopping.
Sure.
It ploughs right through the signal box. Right? Loads of damage.
Pulling the signals, don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Loads of damage done. Apparently, if it was today's money, it'd be about £3 to £4 million worth of damage.
How did they
shut the
calculate
station
that?
For 4 weeks. But he didn't lose his job.
And I'm not saying that's incalculable. I'm saying Karl and his dad can't calculate that. Don't get me wrong. Somebody that knows can totally. But I don't get what these two men got their numbers from. But whatever.
For 4 weeks.
That's a lot.
But he didn't lose his job. The fella lost his job. The one who was in the pub.
Yeah.
He said the funny thing was, he said like £4 million worth of damage. He did his ankle, his wrist in. Okay. He had 3 weeks off sick and got paid. So it's brilliant. So
I
Simpler
love your family.
It's extraordinary.
It is.
The Pilkington gene.
Weird, isn't it?
I'd like to see a documentary following you and your family. You'd have to get the family involved.
No, the sort of stuff my dad goes on about. They'd never put it on telly.
Makes sense.
Blur. Out of time on XFM 104.9.
We ought to give those Rockbusters clues again.
Yeah, go on.
We've had very few contributions so far, Karl.
Because they made no sense.
This might be it. I've told you, you're on thin ice. If this goes wrong, if it's rubbish,
You say that every
and
week.
if everyone doesn't get them all, that's the end of Rockbusters.
Don't shut.
Right, well,
what is
the
it?
first one
Don't
again, right?
talk
Yeah.
shit twice.
Right, well, the first one again, right?
Yeah.
If you go to France, right, by boat, you might as well get your fags whilst you're on that, because you'll save a few quid.
It's
Right.
always different. I love it. I love it.
BF is the initials of the artist that little cryptic clue makes up. The second one, little foreign cafe, it's growing its own steak. Right? That's D. Little foreign cafe, it's growing its own steak. D. And the last one,
I wonder if Ricky got any of them.
Jamaican fella on the Titanic, when it went down, he'd probably scream this. C, D.
Did he say
Right.
it? Did he refer to the
Titanic,
Jamaican fella as an
If
it?
there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic, when it went down, he'd probably scream this.
Yes, he did.
C, D. Right? So email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Not even gonna try, dude.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
flooding in, but yeah.
Well, we'll see how we do.
Karl, have we still got monkey news?
We've got monkey news coming up.
Now, you must be disappointed because you didn't make it to the monkey sanctuary, but you still managed to scrape together monkey news on your holiday.
Yeah.
That's
So I've
impressive.
found some of that. We've got...
How do you get so many breaks and holidays? Because you went away with Suzanne's parents. You've just been away with your parents. That's a couple of weeks, 10 days. So that's probably about 3 weeks in all. You had that. You went to Manchester. You had that day off because your trousers were wet. I mean, and I suppose because you've only got one job, and I've got a lot more. This is just one of my jobs. But I mean, don't you ever count your blessings? Go, God, thank God, I can have time off. I don't work too hard. I'm not stressed too much.
No. It's just all to do with when you do work, do a lot. So I get a lot done.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm always
How
doing
do you
stuff.
not get it?
Even though when I was in Cornwall, right, I'm sat there on the grass.
I'd love to just sit on the grass.
Yeah, you're too busy.
Chill out a little bit. I know, yeah, well,
My dad and Suzanne are playing crib, right? I'd sort of fallen out with him at
Your
that
dad
point.
and Suzanne are playing
Why did you
crib.
fallen
Because
out
you do
with
live
who?
in the 1940s.
Yeah, why did you fallen out?
Because with crib, have you ever played crib?
Yeah,
Right, you've got to be pretty good at maths.
sure.
You've got to make your cards add up to 15 and all
Well,
that.
yeah, I was just gonna correct you on you've got to be good at maths. Yeah. What, algebra, quantum physics, what?
No, just adding up.
Adding up to 15. Brilliant.
I mean,
You can almost do it on your fingers.
my dad's,
You could in Cornwall.
Yeah.
but my dad's really good
What's
at
wrong
maths.
with the
and, like,
Cornwallians, dude?
But my dad's really good at maths, and like he said, how many have you got? And he always counts his, and it's like 15 2, 15 4, 15 6, 3 for your at, 1 and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Is he
Everything
an
adds up really
auctioneer?
Well, his knob.
Right, so I was like, right, hang on a minute. And he goes, no, what do you mean, hang on? I go, what have you got? He says, oh, forget it. I said, this isn't fun if you're going to start getting all arsey with me.
Sure.
So,
Forget it.
Yeah.
I love it. But I don't know him, but I'm sure he's just winding you up. His victory is you going, forget it, I'm not playing.
well, anyway, right, so it doesn't matter. I think I'll go off and do some prep, right,
Yes.
do some research for Saturday. Found one of Suzanne's magazines, right, flicking through, because there's always interesting stuff in there. There was something about
Cosmo?
swingers.
Right.
I was like, what's all that about?
Yeah.
And it had an interview with some people talking about, how they
Swing.
sleep about a bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, if my wife looked like that, I probably would. Because there was a few pictures of them, and they were all pretty
Oh.
ugly.
Yes.
I
Oh,
thought,
wow.
right. So I took that in, soaked that up, thought, there you go. Carried on reading. There was a bit in there about how women still have crushes.
I love how you...
About-
dude, you know how it's really gross to hear people chewing and eating, and it's one of those things that's very off-putting, like, very, most people are quite grossed out by that. But then you hear, like, an animal eating or a dog munching or a cat eating or whatever, and it's cute. Why? Because the cat or the animal or the dog or whatever is freaking cute. I usually am bothered by hearing people like breathing and snickering and giggling, and especially with headphones on, like in my ear. But there's something so good about Karl telling a stupid story and hearing Ricky just giggling like a little schoolgirl in the background and just snickering and trying to be quiet so we can hear the stupid stuff Karl's saying, but you can just hear him like breathe. I love it, dude. It's awesome.
I took that in, soaked that up, thought, there you go. Carried on reading. There was a bit in there about how women still have crushes, right?
Yes.
And the woman was going on about how she's 38, right? But she still fancies Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, even though it never happened, she's still got that little bit in her head. Even though
What was that caption? And I love the picture you chose for that, where he's all like happy.
never happened.
What the hell?
She's still
Okay.
got that little bit in her head
Yeah.
that thinks one day she'll leave Gwyneth, right?
Oh.
And end up with her, right?
Right.
Does she really? Okay.
Anyway, so I'm thinking this is a bit boring, but I'm flicking through it all. And,
Is this a Rockbusters clue?
No, right. And I read further on, right? And she said, you know, I like to go out with my mates, and we come up with lists in pubs of people who like, oh, you know, they'd be nice to go out with.
Okay.
She also came up with a list of unlikely lust objects, I think she called them.
Yeah.
Guess who was in that list?
Ricky Gervais.
Think again.
Carl Pilkington.
Think again.
Right. Next
Oh,
one.
really?
Johnny Vegas.
Said lanky co-writer.
Rubbish.
Lanky co-writer.
What do you mean lanky co-writer?
Well, do I need to say any more? He said,
hang on, wait a minute. Let's not talk about... I don't know why you're laughing at my expense. I'm an unlikely lust object.
yeah,
But yeah, what was it called? The list?
the unlikely lust object.
Yes.
You were in...
Oh, I was so confused, and I didn't want to say anything because I mean, come on, how dense can I be? But I was listening to unlikely lost object. I was like, an unlikely lost object is something you can never lose? Like, hopefully your dignity or something? Like, I don't know. What's an unlikely lost object? Your keys, your wallet? No, because you can lose those all the time. It's unfortunate, but they're very losable. Like, what the... I was also very confused as how to an unlikely lost object was a person? Like a list of people? Lust, people, lust. Lust. Okay. This is making more sense. I got it. I figured at some point I'd maybe understand, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it was like a British thing. Who knows? But okay.
The list?
Okay.
The unlikely lust object.
Lust.
Yes.
You were in there, right?
Who else was?
Well, you weren't in there.
Richard Madeley,
Fine.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy.
Alistair Campbell.
Brilliant. Another handsome dude.
Hmm.
What you talking about? You think I'm ashamed or embarrassed
I
about
also
that?
think
Another
I
handsome-looking
also
guy.
think the hesitation
Richard
of
Madeley.
Smirch was
Fine.
like,
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy.
Alistair Campbell.
Brilliant. Another handsome dude. What you talking about? You think I'm ashamed or embarrassed about that? I'm proud of it. What magazine was it? I need to buy a couple of copies.
Yeah, it was.
Need to get a t-shirt made.
Yeah, and did she leave her number?
Yeah. What magazine was it? Just out of interest. Just,
I think it's called Red.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But now you've dissed those people that are putting themselves in there as swingers because you've said they're ugly. So now we know what magazine it is. People are going to look at that. People are going to look at that poor woman, and they're going to know you think she's a hog.
So.
No, but I think they even know.
A hog is so much
think
worse.
She's a hog.
No, but I
What a
think they
horrible
even know.
way to
Was
describe
there a
a
picture of the
woman.
woman who'd
No.
drawn up the list of unlikely lust objects?
Mhm.
What was she like?
I wouldn't waste my time.
Thanks, mate. I know you're on my side.
This song is not called Out of Time. I know that song very well.
XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky
Or
Gervais
unless,
with me.
okay, maybe.
Steve Merchant, object of unlikely lust object. Steve Merchant.
I'd like to have that now, prefixing my name everywhere I'm written about.
Nah, dude, wasn't that Bring Me to
Unlikely
Life? No, because that's going to bother me, dude. I have to look that up later, because that's going to trip me out.
The Thrills on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me. Steve Merchant, object of unlikely lust object. Steve Merchant.
I'd like to have that now, prefixing my name everywhere I'm written about.
I know, yeah.
On your tombstone.
Did he make the freak list?
Whoa!
which is a different magazine, isn't it? And I'm joking, of course. Karl Pilkington, a man of sort of quiet dignity and in a way, he's got his own sort of inner beauty, hasn't he, Karl?
Not really.
Don't you think?
Well, I'll tell you why I don't think it is, because the woman...
You know what I can't help but wonder? I can't help but wonder what Michael Jackson would think of his image being used for stuff like this. Like, I don't know why I can just imagine Michael Jackson somewhere in the world knowing that you just did that and just cracking up for some reason. I don't know. Because apparently he had a pretty good sense of humor, but like, dude, those get me. They're so good.
that wrote the piece, saying that I was an unlikely lust object, has just emailed in. And Karl, you've offended her quite considerably.
No way.
What did he say?
Why?
I wouldn't waste my time, is what you said. She's repeated that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't waste my time, the flaming cheek. Although it's a horrible picture, I am, of course, in real life, a vision of loveliness. I'm not 38, I'm 25. I don't think Stephen's that unlikely lust object. A sense of humour is important, and he's welcome to my phone number if he wants it.
Is
That
she,
sense of humour is important. That's a
is
down
she a
isn't it?
swinger?
Stop it!
Don't have a go at the woman, for goodness
I'm
sake.
messing about. She knows I'm messing about.
Well, how are you messing about?
I've told you this though. I've told you that anyone could be listening, haven't I? I've told you that before. Things you say, but we encourage him. We say, "What does she look like?" But it's meant to be rhetorical. That was a joke. That was Stephen's joke. What does she look like? I.e., him joking, like, "Oh, I'll call her up because I'm on a list," and then you have to say that. I mean, that's what I mean. So chances are, if she likes Stephen, she hasn't seen him. She listens to the radio. So the likelihood is that she was listening to this show.
Yeah.
So think.
Yeah.
Will I drop the thing I was going to do about Lisa Riley?
Well,
She's not listening.
Some people deserve it.
She's still at lunch.
What do you mean some people deserve it?
What, from Tuesday? There's an all-you-can-eat place going out of business as we speak.
Oh, bloody hell.
Take
She's back. You're
that,
kidding
you
me. I got
three.
a new bambino. Please leave
for her.
now. Please leave.
Good for her, dude.
So,
No, but she knows I was only messing.
I appreciate the pictures of transformation, just so these three can eat their words.
No, but she knows I was only messing. This,
yeah,
this
everyone
Alice
knows you're only messing. We're all only messing. I hope we don't offend anyone of
You guys offend everyone. But
any
it's fine.
kind out there. We're only joking, aren't we, Karl?
Yeah.
Say something nice about her.
What can you remember of the picture that you could say was good?
At
Maybe she
all.
was wearing some nice
wasn't
clothes.
anything,
The lighting.
to be honest. I'll have another look and have a look. I think she had a nice shirt on or something. Yeah.
There you go.
Forthcoming single from British Sea Power. That's called Carry On.
I love it.
It's great.
It's fantastic. On
Yeah.
XFM 104.9.
What do you make, Karl, of these people? I was reading in the paper today. They've been queuing up for 12 hours last night for the new Harry Potter book.
Oh, God.
I
Oh,
knew you'd
God,
react
it
like that.
really annoys me. Everything. Oh, God, it really annoys me.
But who has to... I mean, I know it's just a kind of willful sort of stubbornness.
I see adults
Yeah.
reading it,
Well, I was up in Hampstead last night, and there's a Waterstones branch of that, and there were a couple of people outside, queuing, waiting for it to open.
What do they look like?
Well,
That's a lot.
I mean,
Things
what-
like they're like the
Reading
ones
it
that come
is
out of Forbidden Planet on a
yeah,
Thursday.
I mean, what do you expect? There was one guy, I mean, I don't mean to disrespect him, but he was a big bloater, wearing shorts, I don't want to see his big fleshy legs. He looked like John O'Coleman, if I'm not...
There's nothing wrong with John
He
O'Connor.
wore a knapsack. They always seem to have knapsacks for some reason.
Well, they got old papers in there, haven't they?
Exactly.
Got a 9-year supply of
Well, there
the
was
mirror.
about 4 of them. There was a couple of women, a couple of guys, all looked basically the same. They were interchangeable. And,
We'll get an
They were
email
there
from him in a minute.
Yeah.
What?
We'll get an
They were
email
there
from him in a minute.
and,
We'll get an
They were
email
there
from him in a minute.
Yeah. I am the fat bloater with fleshy legs.
yeah. I recognise your description.
I like to read these books whilst listening to XFM of a Saturday.
I was sort of watching them from where I was, and they must have been there for about an hour and a half. They were obviously strangers. Their common interest was Harry Potter. They were sort of chatting to each other for about an hour and a half. So as I'm leaving, I wander past them. An hour and a half in to them having met each other, the conversation is, all I heard was, well, of course, apparently she cried when she finished the last one. And I thought, They've not moved on. The conversation had not moved on.
No, they might have been talking about Dawn French and her chocolate orange by then.
Yeah.
I know she cried when she finished the last one once.
Yeah.
Why is
But,
there a picture of that?
I got no time for them.
I.
Pop into Woolworths now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, get it tomorrow, read it then. You're going to get home at 1:30 and start reading it.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
So you can put it on the internet.
Oh, God.
Your opinions.
Oh, it annoys me.
It is extraordinary. The whole kind of Harry Potter phenomenon has passed me by.
I know.
mean
Well,
people-
good luck to her, you know.
But you mean adults who are, you say, what are you doing? They go, I'm just rereading Harry Potter. What, you couldn't follow it the
I
first
know.
time?
Yeah. I mean, it's not her fault, you know. She
No,
made
but
3.
I just realized the irony that in extras, they have a whole episode with Daniel Radcliffe. Fun.
£300 million by writing a few books for
I'm
her
sure they're
kids.
very good,
Well
yeah.
done. But I'm sure I'm not sure they're very good. But I haven't read them. I'm sure they're not. But no, I don't know.
Well, don't have a go,
no,
do you?
I'm joking.
Like to see
I've
you
no
write
idea.
a book about a little wizard.
With glasses.
Yeah, and make millions. You think it's so easy. If you think it's so easy, you do it.
You like him because you look a bit like him.
Well,
Wow.
you know.
I wonder if he's on that wish list. That woman who emailed in. Why was she making a list of unlikely?
Can we leave this now?
No, but I mean, what was it? What was context was it? It was like, here's my top
For a
10
magazine.
weird-looking fellas that I do.
No.
What was it? No, but what was she was talking about? What was she started talking
That's
about?
it. It's a
What?
magazine
Body
article.
waxing. And went, and
What
by the
more do
way,
you
while
want?
I'm here, here's 10 blokes that I would if I had to, and they're a bit weird. You'll be surprised. What was the context?
Literally.
He's scared to say anything now. He's scared to say anything. Oh, bless him.
I just was looking at a picture because I was attracted to it because she was good looking and that didn't read on.
You lying sack of crap!
Well done. That's got you out of that little mess.
But Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Can't be honest with you. Have you read them?
No, because the first time it came out, I was a bit confused, wasn't I? Because I thought it was about
Of course
the
you
rabbit.
were.
Duh.
Yeah. Of course what? What?
This is a what? It's a book.
No, I got confused with the little rabbit. I thought it was her, didn't I? You talked about it when it
Beatrix Potter.
first... Yeah, I got mixed up with that, so I sort of missed out on the first one anyway.
You were
So
just
it's
running
too
around
late.
confused.
So it was like
Yeah.
it was sort of too late to get into it, I think, after...
Yeah, it's too late now, yeah. It's impossible. Same
Well,
with
it's just
Shakespeare. If you weren't around, you know, the day he wrote the first ones, there's no point in going back.
But it's all the fuss that she's getting as well, like...
Well, I think it's because she's a British industry now, isn't she? I mean, it must have made, what, billions?
Well, it's the perfect success story. She writes a story for her children, and it becomes a worldwide phenomenon. You know, it's not cynical. It's just.
Is that how this
It's just a
started?
great-
Didn't your dad ever pop anything down in writing?
I tell you what, my mum wanted to do it.
Yeah.
There's been loads of things, little inventions she's come up with and that, but she's been too busy doing other stuff. But she used to come up with stories for me as a kid that I'm sure, if they came out, they'd be a success.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Go
they'd
on.
be
Do
you remember
scary as
any
hell.
There was one about a little red car. I can't remember how that ended. But the one that was really good was about a kid who gets a dog, right? But it's quite an old dog.
This is going to be an episode of the Waltons,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh, no,
Right.
Go on.
And he's playing with the dog and that, but it starts getting a bit old. It's about 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, it's rubbish, this dog.
I would love that
Heartless.
book for kids. I would love that. Tommy went, oh, Mummy, my dad's... Oh, no, kill it then. Kill it then. Shall I? Yeah, just throw it in the lake. I'll get you another one. Do you want a Nintendo? Yeah. Kick the rabbit to death then. Or no food for you.
Oh, forget
Brilliant.
it. No,
Jump.
Oh my god,
Van
dude.
Halen.
Good song.
On XFM 104.9. Right, come on and Carl, we got
Ain't
a
that
lot to
the
fit
song?
XFM 104.9.
Carl sung on, wasn't it Any Abroad or something? There's like these extra clips. I feel like it's that song. He danced it and then he sung it or something.
9. Right, come on and Carl, we've got a
Horribly
lot to
both
fit in now.
things.
We've insulted a lot of people. Only about 25 minutes to go. We've got monkey news, we've got Rockbusters. Have we got a cheeky freak of the week this week?
Oh, we didn't even
Could
find out the
cram it in, so we do.
Rockbusters.
Do we want to hear the end of Carl's story?
Yeah, what's
I really
this?
want to hear the
The
end of your mum's
kid,
story.
little Timmy and his 15-year-old dog Lucky got a bit bored with it.
Right, so he said, "Oh, Mum, you know, this dog's rubbish and that. I'm sick of it."
Yeah.
So she goes,
How old were you when your mum was telling you this story?
don't know, about 4.
Okay.
It wasn't last week on holiday.
No, right.
So she goes, "Oh, all right then, we'll get you another one."
Yeah.
She goes, "Brilliant."
What did you do with the old one?
Just kept it, but didn't sort of play with it. Or anything.
Just ostracised it into
Yeah.
of its own free will, or curled up and died.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So,
What did you get him? What sort of dog?
I think it was a little baby, like Labrador.
Puppy.
Little puppy, yeah.
Yeah, Labrador,
Right.
good one. Good choice for a second dog.
So,
Yeah.
so
I'm
anyway,
loving this story.
It's a great
I am
story.
actually loving this story.
So,
Where does he live?
I don't know, it didn't matter. It was near a lake.
Well, that's where they're getting rid of all the
Yeah.
dogs. Sure.
Yeah.
We're getting, that'll make sense in a minute, right?
Oh,
so,
boy.
So he's got the little dog. He's playing around with it. He's playing with its belly and stuff. He's thinking this is brilliant, best dog I've ever had, right? And the other dog sat in the corner looking all fed up,
Yeah.
right? So,
I like this story.
so he says to his mum, "Right, I'm taking little puppy down the park."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, take the old one with you." And he goes, "Oh, do we have to?"
It's a moral, isn't it? I bet the old one saves him.
So he goes, "Oh, do we have to?" She goes, "Yeah, it still needs a walk and that. Scrapping all over the house." Right?
Yeah.
So takes it down the park, right? And he's playing around, and he's playing near the lake, right?
Is the puppy near the lake, Carl? Because this is what's worrying me.
Yeah.
Puppy's near the lake,
Yeah.
right? That jumps in.
Yeah.
The kid goes, "Oh God!" He jumps in, remembers he can't swim,
Yeah.
Remembers he can't
This
swim.
kid is based on you, isn't it?
Almost certainly.
flapping about. Water's going everywhere.
'Cause
He's
you
going,
do
"I can't-"
flap
oh,
in
God,"
water.
And he wants the puppy to help him, but the puppy's just like drowning as well.
Yeah.
The old dog comes up, drags them both out. He goes, "I can't believe it."
Aww.
You know, I said I was
Wait!
fed up. He goes, "I can't believe it." Drags them both out.
The kid is
He
also
goes, "I can't believe
puppified.
it." Drags them both out. He goes, "I can't believe
Okay.
it." You know, I said I was fed up with you.
Yeah.
You saved my life.
Yeah.
He gets home, and he says to his mum,
Kill
"You
the
get
little
rid
one.
of
Kills
the
the,
puppy."
Kill the
kills the
puppy.
puppy.
So it's good little. Good
What
little
does he say
story.
when he gets home?
He said, "I don't need the puppy now. I'm happy
Brilliant.
Worst
Brilliant.
child ever.
Genius.
It's good, isn't it?"
No,
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
the moral of that story is
Well, they
just
show
follow
what-
your whims.
They just, yeah. If you get bored and get another puppy.
Get another dog.
If you get bored with the old one again, just do it again. I mean,
Yeah.
just eventually, get something
Yeah,
that you
learn your
like for a
dogs,
little.
who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's brilliant. That is a brilliant story, though.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that.
Sure.
Rockbusters.
Yes.
I don't want you to have
Please.
monkey news right now, because
Oh,
we've just
okay.
had a little story there.
Sure.
You don't want to, Don't want to go
Gotta
too
keep
far.
things
Yeah, go
organised.
on.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah,
well,
come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental
they were
fans
weird,
aren't
dude.
getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this
They
week.
were really weird. I wonder if
All right,
Ricky
well-
got. I don't think he got any of them.
Has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past. but
Well,
there we are.
so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Always
brilliant.
different. Love
Right.
it.
Yeah.
BF,
Yeah.
buy it ferry. Right, that's like
What?
buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
What's
I
buy on
love how
ferry?
he has to
What's
say
that? Is that a
it
band?
weird.
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry,
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
just because it's quite close to it. Buy on ferry.
What?
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry.
He's having
What's
a
your
stroke.
first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish. That doesn't count.
No, of course not.
Brian Ferry.
Thank you.
Brian Ferry, Bayonne Ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's.
He doesn't wanna say
Delamitri.
him.
The third one.
What?
Oh my
Sorry,
god,
what?
he's just
Delamitri.
blowing past. I love it.
That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Delhi is a
Yeah.
little foreign cafe.
Yeah?
A meat tree and that.
A meat tree! A meat tree! What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
But it's
Just D for
DA.
So not DA.
Del Amitri.
So you didn't even give him a chance to get the group.
Oh, they got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
Delhi meat tree.
Deli meat tree. One word. D.
Delhi.
Or any letter.
They're growing their own
M.
meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern...
I like how he's embarrassed now to say
I
it.
love Bayern Ferry. And
Can I just point out, Rick-
Oxymusic was brilliant. I love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've had
David Bowie?
Deli Meat Tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to me just as valid, as far as I can tell, but Deli Meat Tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Burgh.
You know, I freaking knew that the C was gonna be Christ, because if he's screaming it, I just knew it was gonna be Christ, but I had nothing for the rest. But wow,
Stunning.
So
Stunning.
who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't... I think
What's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de
Burgh.
Burgh.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
What's got to say it again?
Christ de Burgh.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
What?
Who's what?
Who's
What?
Christ de Burgh?
Chris de Burgh. Who's the winner, Steve?
do you know what? I'm
And,
going to
and
give it
it's
to
not
Aidan.
CDB.
Because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed
Even
in
the
again. He got
initials
the
are
first
wrong.
two, and then the last one he just emailed, I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him
Do
one
you know what
of
you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you. I
You
warned
know
you for
what?
3...
You know freaking what? Like, I've been defending this, but this is undefendable now. Like, I finally agree with them. This needs to die because this was ridiculous. He's even giving the initials wrong, dude.
weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de
Those are the
Burgh...
worst you've ever done.
Are the worst around.
Amazing.
Delimitri. So and didn't just put D, and then Bayern Ferry. Bayern Ferry. Bayern Ferry.
Oh,
So,
so
is that it then? Aren't we doing it
Play
anymore?
record.
please.
Aren't we doing it anymore?
I'm ashamed.
You're an idiot.
Are we doing it anymore?
I'm just going to keep saying you're an idiot.
Play it a
Are we
record.
doing
Carl,
it
have
anymore?
you learnt nothing from Dr. Fox?
Yeah.
That's not Sony out the
I
window.
love the tone
doing
which
it
he
anymore.
said
What, you
that
need to
with.
start working on it now, because they're so good. You need to start working now for next Saturday.
Aren't we doing it anymore?
Just, I don't know. Cardigans. You're the Storm on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly the end of the show, but we wouldn't let them down, would we?
Would we?
You know what it is now, don't you? Oh,
Cheeky freak. Oh.
chimpanzee that monkey news.
Okay.
Alright. Now, whilst I was in Cornwall,
Whilst
I
abroad.
wasn't online. I didn't have the internet, so it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And I didn't come back till yesterday. And I thought there's loads going on that I don't know about in the monkey world and stuff. I was hoping to
Doubt
get
it.
some from the zoo that I was meant to be going to. Of course, that didn't happen. So I
That
said to
didn't
my dad, do you know
exist.
anything about monkeys? Or have you got any stories with monkeys?
Brilliant. This is what Trevor McDonald does.
Turned out,
Quarter to 10, he goes, got nothing. Dad, anything happened? You got anything politics? Anything politics, Dad?
Oh.
this is monkeys, I'm just giving you this free.
Yeah, brilliant.
Turned out one of his mates used to have a chimp.
Right.
What do you mean one of his mates used to have a chimp?
How do we
Well, two of his mates.
corroborate?
Oh,
One
sorry,
wasn't
yeah,
his mate, one wasn't his mate.
I was thinking it sounded a bit far-fetched living in Manchester, like. But if there was two of them...
Right.
He had a chimp. Had to thump it in the head.
For doing what? Answering back?
Oh, God!
Tried it on with his wife.
Again, another one of these.
Had to thump it in the head for trying it on with his wife! I love it. It's a proper fist fight in a pub in Manchester. Oh.
I'd call him up, but he's one of them who like swears all the time.
Oh.
I mean, it'd be good to get him on and just
Let's interview him. Can we not interview him pre-record? We can bleep out the swear, and I'd love to hear his
do a
story.
lot of work. That.
Yeah, well, Well, we're not scared of work, are
No,
we,
I mean,
Steve?
I'll
You
get
know.
myself if you can't be bothered.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
I'll
so...
have a word, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, try and sort that out for next
we
week.
sort that out, yeah.
Well, don't
yeah.
tell us the rest of the story then. Let's let him say it in his own
No,
words.
but there's
there
another one as
more?
well. Some
When you
fella-
say you can get him on, but he swears a lot, you mean the monkey? I'm assuming he's more coherent than your dad's mate.
But there's him, and there's some other fella who he knows who had a funny name. I'll have to find out, because you'll love his name. But he was a drag artist.
Yeah.
And,
A what artist?
he was a drag artist. Find out.
A
'cause you'll love
drug
his name.
artist?
But he was a drag artist.
Yeah.
Somebody that draws
And,
drugs?
I think he said my dad went round one day, I don't know why, right? Went round there, knocked on the door, chimpanzeed.
Carl, I don't know what you're doing, mate. I don't know where this place you live. Next door, there's an horse in the front room. There's chimps
Mad,
running
innit?
round.
It's mad. Anyway,
Mad.
Chimpanzees!
Is that it? Is that the end of the story? There's a chimpanzee in the door.
That
and that's
was
the end.
monkey.
You sure it wasn't the drag artist before he shaved?
no,
Sure, it
no,
wasn't your gran.
Because I like the really airy ones that decide they can be female impersonators. Yeah, your gran.
Anyway.
Go on then. This is the monkey news. So you got that for free. What's this going to be like,
Well, let's
Steve?
have more jingles.
Okay. Oh, chimpanzee that. Monkey news extra.
There's an extra. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Right,
Nice.
another phrase. We've been talking about phrases today.
Yeah, we have,
Don't teach
yeah.
your granny when she's shaving.
Yeah.
Don't teach your granny to suck eggs.
Yeah.
Don't look a horse in the mouth.
Yeah. Don't let the chimpanzee the jaw if you're chucking your cock in.
Familiar with the phrase monkey business?
No, never heard that one before, Carl. That's brilliant.
Right, well, it came about. This has been emailed in and I haven't really had a chance to look at it, so I'm just weighing it up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the biggest
yeah.
shambles on air. Isn't
Wait.
it?
Yeah.
We have Carl's diary. I don't know what the second one is, because all I see is Flanema. The Office, of course. Romeo and Juliet. Hip Hop Hooray. Love it. And there's one that's blue. It's so dark I can't read it because I'm old and blind.
This is the biggest shambles on air. Isn't it? Really?
Oh, I'm ashamed of it.
I mean, what was Dr. Fox? Dr. Fox must have been really polite. He must have been thinking, I don't know how to put this. He must have wanted to scream and go, you shouldn't be in the radio authority.
My parents listen online. I can't look them in the eye.
Right, I think I've weighed it up. Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
In the
Olden days, yeah.
in
Go on.
the Amazon jungle,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. little family of monkeys in there, right? Having a good life, right?
course.
Didn't have any predators in there, right? So they were loving it.
Yeah.
They had a load of food around them. They had loads of banana trees,
Sure.
right?
No, I don't think so.
No, they did.
Sorry. Yeah.
Everything's going great, so they're happy in that. They go to bed,
Okay.
wake up in the morning, load of bananas gone.
Ooh, hang on, interesting.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So
Either your dad's been around or...
This isn't the great Amazon banana robbery,
Heist.
is it?
So anyway, turns out it was another load of monkeys from another part of the island, from the rough bit.
The bad neighborhood, the ghetto of the island.
From the rough bit, I love it! They went into a middle class area.
they're the
that
ones
is-
with the earrings and the leather jackets.
Oh, that is brilliant! From a rough part of the island.
So the monkeys thought, well, there's no point getting into a fight with them because they're harder than we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, and they carry chains.
So
I love all this
They
conjecture.
got flip knives and tattoos.
Yeah, go on.
so basically, they said, let's do some business with the bananas.
Let's do some business with the bananas.
Shit! This is...
What are you talking about?
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Right, calm down, we haven't got much time left.
Oh, God! What do you mean they said...
Forget it.
No! Carl, do not
Sorry,
press that! Switch the record off. Switch the record off.
Christ.
Switch the record off, Carl.
What are you talking about? What did they do? Oh.
Let's do business with the bananas.
Yeah.
So they said, well, rather than them coming robbing them, we'll flog them. So
Flog was like
that
hit,
got
right?
stopped to it then. The monkeys came. They didn't have money. They said, give us some, give us some bananas. And it says
So what, they exchange bananas for bananas?
for berries and nuts.
Okay.
So that's where the phrase monkey business.
No! No, it's
Comes
not.
from little
I
business
forgot
set
that
up.
that's what we were talking
Right,
about.
oh my God. That's the end of that as well. So that's the end. That is a shame. That's the end of Rockbusters and Monkey News.
Beautiful,
Well done. You've
Michael.
done it in one show.
Beautiful. That was awesome. Now I kind of want to know where the phrase monkey business actually comes from. Dude, those animations are just so good. I love it. I love when we have like proper visuals for the stories. Michael, awesome work. Rusty, thank you for adding that. Just so cool. The meat tree. I was like, what is the shirt? The stupid Rockbuster clue? The meat tree. Okay, I gotcha. I was like, but I never found out what it was. Got it. Oh, dude. I love XFMs. I really do. You guys get these on Friday. I do them obviously earlier in the week. But it is a highlight in the week. They're so fun, dude. These three, even though they did have moments that were just kind of maybe a little bit more low energy, it wasn't the whole thing. It was like they had maybe they started out a bit slow or whatever, but oh man, so good. And Karl had some full Karl moments, which is just pure entertainment. Anyway, beautiful work. Beautiful work from these three. Beautiful work from Rusty. The little snippets of like Michael Jackson and the picture. Oh, they make it so good. I love it. All just wonderful. I'm happy, Mandy. So anyway, beautiful humans. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm doing as much as I can when I can. It's really hard, but I'm working on it. I'm doing. Just whatever. I'm trying, but XFM is the main goal for the week. So as long as I can, they will be around. And if they're not, just wait a week, because sometimes I'm up to here with stuff. So beautiful humans. See ya.